How's Caleb's shot doing out there? Oh, it looks pretty good. Overlay. Hello and welcome here. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Washington Metro South in the Columbia Blue taking on Washington Metro East. Sorry for getting on late, folks. Had some technical difficulties, and you know what? I'm going to blame myself. It was nobody else's fault but mine. Clicked the wrong button, and I do apologize for that. Good news is we haven't missed out on too much. No score, full count, 2 outs here, bottom of the second inning. Been a game of defense and pitching so far, and a well-played contest both ways. Just 1 hit so far, so pitching has been outstanding. Masaki for this Washington Metro South team, taking on a kid in Davis Franklin, a lefty, kind of crafty from Washington Metro East. Here we are, 1 strike away from maybe going to the third. Masaki misses upstairs, and a 2-out walk to Washington Metro East. But I can't overstate how well of a game it's been played so far. Clean, no errors, and defensively been some nice plays. And always nice to see in the nightcap, a game that's got a little pace to it, as me and you have been here for going on 13 hours. My 5th game I've called today. You've been out in center field for a couple games, shooting the camera out there, and I got to go back to this other camera, sorry. So here we go. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the second. That looks like number 11 up there. Is that it? Tough to see the numbers with the 10. Washington Metro East, number 10 is Cam Ferrari, catcher out of Mount Si. He's headed to Yakima Valley. 6'2", 185-pound kid, good-looking athlete up there. And Masaki falls behind now, 2 balls and no strikes. So opportunity here for Ferrari to guess his spot, his location, his speed, and try to put a good move on one. Masaki comes set, and he delivers out of the stretch, and that's going to miss upstairs. So now way behind, a 3-0 count. See what Coach Eric Del Prado of Lewis and Clark College, maybe give him the green light here. Sometimes in these, exhibitions, so to say, or like to give the kid a chance to swing, and what better pitch to see than a 3-0 fastball, and that one's over his head. So 4 consecutive after Masaki was forced into the stretch with that 2-out walk, and now Washington Metro East has got something shaking. Let's see, that was Ferrari. And now it's going to be at the plate is the Ray. Yeah, Jack Ray, catcher from Eastside Catholic Washington, 5'11", 180 pounds, has not committed anywhere, and will face Masaki after back-to-back walks with runners at first and second, runner in scoring position here. Get one of those money hits, those base hits with 2 outs, and runner in scoring position, nothing better. Masaki, though, right back into the strike zone as he just threw 4 consecutive out of the stretch, so able to find something there with his release point, get back into the strike zone. So now 0-1 to Jack Ray. Masaki will check on the runner at second. Don't want him to get too big of a lead. We're here live at Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. Masaki checking the runner. Now we'll come to the plate. That fastball will miss a little bit up or away. And the count goes to 1-1. Masaki, since runners now have gotten in scoring position, has really slowed down the pace. Or really wanting to control the tempo. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Washington Metro East trying to get on the board here. That's a fastball up high. And ball 2. So count now goes to 2-1. And Masaki's miss out of the stretch has been up, up, up. So catcher's going to go out and talk to him. So who's catching? Who's on first? Will Cresswell out to talk to his pitcher about maybe he sees something. Maybe, front side flying, backside late. Masaki seems pretty fundamentally sound out there on the mound. We talked about that little hitch he has out of the windup. Little Nomo-ish. That kind of dates me saying that. He was a big deal when I was like 12, so I'm not quite, like 3 times that now, so date me. 2-1, 2 outs Masaki right back into the zone. So whatever Cresswell had to say, if he went out there and told him a joke, it worked. Right back into the zone with confidence and keeping the ball down. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here. We're in the bottom of the second. It's money time if you're Jack Ray. Masaki trying to get out of it. Masaki comes set. The pitch swung on and missed. Masaki gets the strikeout, gets out of it, and we're going to head to the top of the third. No score here through 2. When we come back, Washington, Metro South, try to break out the bats and get something going offensively. We'll be right back after this on TableRockSports.net.
Everyday heroes live life full circle. Fill up and use your enrolled kickback card so you save 16 cents a gallon at the pumps. Get what you need when you need it. And remember, we reward all heroes with kickback cards at My Circle K. And if a call goes out for another heroic appearance, no problem. We have that one covered too, with our state-of-the-art car wash systems. Be the hero you were meant to be. Heroes living life full circle.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Welcome back here live at Harry and David Field. Boomer Marshall alongside Taylor Franklin and Caleb Franklin. He's out on the camera in center as we're trying to get that feed rolling for you. It's a great shot to look, when the hitter's up there at the plate. You get a great look, from behind there. So we're trying to work on that. Davis Franklin has done a heck of a job on the mound so far for Washington Metro East. We were talking about it, Taylor, back there in the top of the second. Not overpowering, but crafty. Kind of a herky-jerky release with that front side flying. Spots the fastball well. His breaking stuff is pretty darn good, and he can throw it for strikes. That's a big deal. If you can throw your breaking stuff for strikes, then the hitter's got to respect, every one of your pitches. And to this point, Franklin has been in command, not only of the fastball, but also those other pitches. And he's been able to work inside, outside, which is really an advantage to him. And also his defense has played very well behind him. So something to build on if you're Davis. And continue to grow with. No score here as we enter the top of the third. First pitch, swinging. That ball is dribbled to the right side and through for a base hit. So Washington, as soon as we start talking about Metro East and Franklin hitting all of his spots, boom, first pitch, swing, base hit. It wasn't hit extremely hard, but hit well enough to get through the hole. And that was Ryan Clay, the senior to be from Central Valley, Washington, as a leadoff single and the leadoff man now aboard for Washington Metro South. Franklin, fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. There's the location we're talking about. First pitch out of the stretch, he just goes ahead and paints the black on the outside part of the plate. Impressive stuff here from the youngster. Now a little snap, pickoff throw over to first base. Back safely is number 10, Ryan Clay. At the dish for Washington Metro South is number 7, Willis Cresswell, the catcher who went out and had a nice talk with his pitcher who was struggling with his command, Masaki. Whatever Cresswell said, it was boom, boom. Next 2 pitches, strikes. They're out of the inning. And now Cresswell here at the plate with a runner at first, nobody out. That 1-1 pitch, that fastball is on the outside part of the plate, strike number 2. And if Davis Franklin lives there, I don't care who you are, you're going to have a tough time hitting that pitch if that's called a strike all night. So Franklin now way ahead, 1-2 in the count. Catcher's going to go back out there again. I don't blame him, and that one's going to be just a little bit down and maybe a little bobble there from the man in the tools of ignorance, as my dad would like to call him, the catcher. 2-2. Franklin out of the stretch. There's a curveball, and that's only, now it's a full count. You have to have 4 balls to walk to first. I'm just kidding you. Kidding you, Willis Cresswell. I was just giving you a bunch of love, dude. Just a joke. You want to hit anyways. You can go walk at some game in your hometown. Here we go, on the road, want to swing the bat. Franklin just misses on the outside part of the plate. Good take there by Cresswell. And Washington Metro South has the first 2 runners on via base hit through the hole. And now a good at bat by Cresswell. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And got something going here if you're the boys in blue. Now catcher's going to go out for Washington Metro East, and saw how well it worked for Cresswell last inning. Let's see if Mr. Jack Ray got some good information for Davis Franklin and getting him going. Might also be talking to the infield about a little bunt defense. I don't know if we'll see that. If you want to take the bat out of his hands, but Franklin comes set. There's a one-hop chop, and that's going to be foul. 41 at the plate for Metro South. 41 is Kyle Hennington. Kyle Hennington out of Fife, Washington, is headed to Skagit Valley for his college. 0-1 count. Nobody out here, top of the third. And going to roll over that one again. So Franklin ahead in the count now, 0-2. Hennington's put the bat on the ball twice, just both kind of down into the ground and foul. Blues going out and talking to Franklin. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe needing to come set a little longer. It's nice of Blue to come out and instead of calling the balk on him, saying, make sure you come to 1 second, rest. Stop before you come to the plate. Franklin, though, way ahead here, 0-2. Runners at first and second. Hennington got a battle. There's that front door breaking ball, and Hennington wears it off that hip. And Franklin just goes from way ahead now to bases loaded, nobody out. And here comes the top of the lineup for Washington Metro South and Drake Anderson. Anderson, 5'7", 175-pound, on his way to Washington State. Said, Pullman, let's go. Swing and a miss there. Drake Anderson had a cut and a rip at that one. Swung right through it, maybe a little out in front. Franklin with good location. Heading down the count, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Anderson got a piece of it, fouled it back. And here we are again, ahead in the count, 0-2. Got to be better than we were the last time, 0-2. Can't hit him. And that's the tough part of throwing that breaking ball, 0-2. If it squirts out of your hand a little bit, you start at its hip and it doesn't break, backs up on you. Bases loaded. But Franklin continuing to battle. 0-2, bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch up, popped him up on the infield. Should be infield fly, shouldn't it? Yeah, it was infield fly. Runners advance at your own risk, so that out will be granted while the ball is in the air. Infield fly rule. Anderson is out. And I believe the rule is read as infield fly, less than 2 outs. Runners at first and second or loaded. Anderson's going back. I think that they did everything except for make the motion. The second base umpire didn't put his hand up in the sky, so I was a little confused by it, BG Gould on the color commentary there. And there's a first pitch breaking ball in for strike number 1 to Jacob Yang. Jacob Yang has committed to the University of Portland. 0-1 count. Franklin out of the stretch, misses a little outside. Count runs even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here, top of the third inning. No score yet. Metro South knocking on the doorstep. Bases loaded. Franklin will come set and step off. Well, if you're Metro South, the guys that you want to have at the plate are your Washington State commit and your Portland commit, I would think. So here we go. Has a big swing and a miss. Good pitch there, Davis Franklin. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. And Jacob Young couldn't make contact as he swung right through. Franklin now again way ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a strikeout situation here. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Strike him out, pop him up, roll a double play. And big cut again there from Jacob Young. Able to just get a piece. And we'll do it again. It looked like Jacob Young might have been maybe sitting a little soft there because he just caught a piece of that fastball real late. Just took it out right out of the catcher's mitt. So Franklin not afraid to throw the fastball for a strike in a 1-2 situation. See what he comes back with here. There's a fastball, strike 3. Davis Franklin bears down, able to get back-to-back outs on D1 commits. Here with bases loaded, nobody out. And it'll bring up a 2-out situation, 1 out away from getting out of it. Up at the plate now for Washington Metro South, Alec Highland. Alec. Is it 11? Yep. It's from Sumner, Washington. He's also, so 3 guys in a row, D1 guys, that Davis Franklin's got to face with the bases loaded. First 2 were less than 2 outs. This one with 2 outs as he's heading to Seattle. Franklin, breaking ball, just misses outside. Count will be 1 ball, no strikes. If Franklin could work out of this after loading the bases with nobody out, tell you what, that's a sign right there. Toughness, some grit. Here's the 1-0, and that fastball is going to miss out off the plate, but still a lot of work left to do. Easy to talk about it, not easy to go out there and do it. 2-0. Franklin's thrown a lot of pitches this inning. If you're Highland here, you're thinking, put it on a tee on my speed, and I want to drive it gap to gap. Franklin comes set, now to the plate. Inside fastball, got him to pop it up. Right fielder didn't see it off the bat, still doesn't see it. Now he is. Comes in, makes the play. And Davis Franklin and Washington Metro East come back after loading the bases with nobody out and get 3 consecutive outs on pop-ups, strikeout, and then a fly out to right. Able to get out of it and hang another goose egg on the scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, bottom of the 3rd inning, Washington Metro East trying to break the bats out. Don't go anywhere. Here live on TableRockSports.net.
Don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
At My Circle K, we believe in keeping the integrity of your vehicle's paint. That's why you save 10 cents a gallon when you purchase a car wash. As rain falls, it collects pollutants and contaminants from the air. You want to do anything you can to protect your investments. At My Circle K, you can protect your paint and save at the pump. Now with every car wash purchase, you'll save 10 cents a gallon at the pumps. Find them, follow them, kick back with them. MyCircleK.com.
Headed back here live at Harry and David Field. Boomer Marshall alongside Taylor Franklin. Caleb Franklin out yonder in center field, having a good old time on the scissor lift out there. Is Caleb out there or is it Chris?
It's Caleb, but he's down now.
Caleb, oh, is he down?
Yeah.
The camera was kind of working. We had it going back and forth there in the last inning, but must have had some difficulty. But real quick, I know we talked about it before the break. Davis Franklin, what a whale of a job that kid did. And using his defense behind him in strikeout situations and pop-him-up situations, got exactly what the doctor ordered in those 2 situations after loading the bases with nobody out. And then ultimately gets the 3rd out. 3 guys going to Washington State, Portland, and Seattle. I mean, the heart of their order for Washington Metro South. And maybe give them some momentum. Yeah. Wow, they got a bunch of D1 commits on this Metro South team, and Metro East hanging right with them. Now ahead in the count 1-0. Masaki's done a nice job on the mound, though, here for Metro South to start. He's going to miss, though, now and fall behind. The count now is 2-0. Who's at the plate for East? I have such a hard time seeing those numbers. Is it Doi? Doi? I think it is. 3. Yeah, Carson Doi from Inglemoor, Washington. 5'10", 175 pounds. Way ahead in the count now, 3-0. As Washington Metro East tries to get their leader-off hitter aboard. That pitch is going to miss down from Masaki. And Doi able to draw the leadoff walk. And Metro East has that leadoff man aboard. After Doi. So next up at the plate for Metro East. 1 second here. Let me just play my bingo sheet. And that's going to be Blake Whitman. Blake is a 6'1", 180-pounder from Newport, Washington. Hasn't committed to school yet. Masaki right back into the strike zone after throwing 4 consecutive balls. And now ahead 0-1. Whitman and Kazmarski trying to turn the lineup over. Pickoff attempt over at first, kind of squirts away from the first baseman from Metro South, but able to chase it down and no advancement from the runner. So no balls, 1 strike here, nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, scheduled for 7 or 2 hours, whichever comes first. I don't know if it's because of the last game of the night, if they're going to be a little lenient on time. I've been here all day, so whatever. Masaki with the 0-1 delivery is going to miss outside. And the count runs even here, 1 ball, 1 strike.
No, Boom said he got it for a little set.
I got it for like, not a lot, like a couple at bats. And it would just freeze. And I'm talking to our cameraman from center field, and that off-speed delivery misses down low. So now 2-1 here to Whitman. It's Whitman and then Kazmarski and then back to the top of the lineup with O'Connor. So Whitman and Kazmarski trying to turn it over in good shape. And got a chance here. Did they get him at first? Nope. He just dives back in underneath. Doi was leaning. And a great pickoff move there. Quick and an accurate throw from Masaki. Unable to get him, though, on a close play at first. Here's a 2-1 count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. And that pitch will miss up. So 4 balls to start the inning from Masaki. Then a strike, first pitch here to Whitman, and then backed up by 3 more balls. Whitman, hitter's count here. Opportunity to find a pitch and looking to drive it. Masaki out of the stretch, and that pitch is going to be inside off the plate. And ball 4, very similar to the way the top of the 3rd inning started for Washington Metro South, getting their first 2 runners on, and ultimately getting their 3rd guy on with the bases loaded, nobody out. I'm sure they don't want to put themselves in that situation. And at this time, Coach Kurt Lupinski will make his way out to the mound. Kurt is on the staff at Lower Columbia. Talked about it a little bit earlier. Lower Columbia has won 3 straight championships and has built themselves quite a program. And as you go through the 10 rosters that I've seen in this class of 2021, there's quite a few kids here at the Northwest Championships by Baseball Northwest that have committed to Lower Columbia. I would say that name sticks out more than any other as far as universities or colleges are concerned, as far as the most committed to college out of the bunch. And some guys that can really play have made their way to Lower Columbia to go play for Coach Lupinski and his part of the staff that he is a part of at Lower Columbia. Ball 1 there to Kazmarski. Kazmarski will hit last, and the lineup will turn over. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here, bottom of the 3rd. Fastball, big swing. I'll foul it straight back. Spencer Kazmarski, 5'10", 165 pounds, from Eastside Catholic. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big at bat here. Misaki got to bear down. Got to grind it out. Kazmarski, that little open stance. Misaki with a good pitch there, in there for strike 2. It's the game within the game here. You know, if you don't make an out, where do you put you? You probably put a run on the board. And if you don't, if you make an out, then in the same situation with 2 less to get, there's a high heater inside, and that misses. So, caught. We'll just call him Kaz. I like that. Kaz, maybe leaning out over, trying to protect the outside part of the plate. That fastball inside kind of busted him up. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Misaki out of the stretch. Checks the runner, now comes to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And a big pitch there from Misaki. And out number 1 here for Washington Metro South. At this time, Joe, we're really having a tough time getting that one. So, 1 out here, bottom of the 3rd, swung on, popped up. It's in foul territory, but got a beat on it there for Metro South as the first baseman. Hold on, okay. Jacob Yang able to track it down. Yang on his way to Portland University, a future pilot. So now quickly 2 outs, and O'Connor, or excuse me, was that O'Connor? We're going to have to check this number. And that first pitch fastball is painted on the outside corner. Misaki working ahead now. Find a little mojo, find a little rhythm after he struggled out of the gate here to start the bottom of the 3rd. 0-1, Misaki comes set, checks the runner at second, fires, and just misses. Beautiful pitch there by Misaki, and just maybe a little outside, maybe a little low, as he's trying to just kind of stretch him out inch by inch. Get Blue to come out here with me. Count runs even now, 1-1. Runner in scoring position here, bottom of the 3rd, no score. Metro East still looking for their first hit. Misaki will check on the runner, and we got a balk. So that's a big balk. It takes runners from 1st and 2nd now to 2nd and 3rd. And all of a sudden a base knock here, and it would be the first of the game, but all of a sudden it would give Metro East maybe at least a 1-0 lead, if not a 2-0 lead. So big sequence of events right there. And now, if you're Misaki, you got an open base too. So the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ripped down the line, and just foul. What number is that? 13? 12.
He's a switch hitter.
Is he? 12?
Yeah, 12.
So Jared Johnson, the Brown commit. That's right, Ivy League. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd, no score. Misaki deals. There's a hard hit ball up the middle. Great backhand play. And a throw brings him off the bag, but the sweeping tag gets him. And a nice play there by the first baseman. And Metro South able to get out of it. Great play up the middle by the second baseman to go into his backhand. And then Jacob Yang, the first baseman, the throw brought him off the bag, up the line. He was able to secure the catch and then make the tag ultimately on Johnson, the Ivy League bound Brown University kid. And Washington Metro South able to get out of it. Unbelievable. Through 3, no score here. Live at Harry and David Field on Table Rock Sports. We'll be right back after this with your 4th inning action. Don't go anywhere here.
I was talking to Bill.
Yeah,
Bill and Sherry got a guy.
they do? How did they get a guy?
Everything happened online, including financing. And their guy even delivered their new car to their home.
Maybe we should get a guy.
I thought you might say that.
Honey, meet Kyle.
Find your guy during the Ram Power Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
Introducing Unlimited with Payback, only from U.S. Cellular. The only unlimited plan that pays you back for data you don't use. So, quit flushing money down the toilet with Verizon. Get Unlimited with Payback, and you can save up to $240 per year on a single line versus Verizon.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off.
New pitcher on the mound. Not often do you see that in a 0-0 game, but in these exhibition games, you want to get everybody in the rotation in there. Mr. Thompson, Matthew Thompson, the right-handed pitcher from East Lake High School in Washington. 6'6", 210 pounds, and he's bringing it in warm-ups. He can rear back and fire as we go to the 4th. Really good baseball here in the last couple of games. Competitive baseball, low scoring, good defense, good pitching. After the first game today, I saw it was 13-10 and only lasted four innings and 2 hours. And the big fella comes right out of the gate with a breaking ball. I wouldn't have guessed that. Well, let's take a look at who's at the plate for Metro South. That's number 15. 35? 35 is A.J. Guerrero. 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he's headed to UW. So maybe that's why it was first pitch curveball. You know, you got to respect, who you're playing against. And this kid looks like he's put together quite well. He doesn't miss many meals. And, let's see, Fife, Washington. I'm thinking Mama can cook. Lifting, he's eating, he's baling hay, he's doing something in Fife. I got, 3 and 4-year-old son. I'm thinking about moving to Fife all of a sudden. Good-looking kid up there. D1 bound. Here we go. 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. No score. There's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. And the count goes even here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson out of the windup and another breaking ball. This one misses upstairs. So right now, if I'm A.J. Guerrero, I've seen 2 curveballs and a fastball. The 2 curveballs haven't been close, so I'm thinking dead red right now, even though it's 2-1. Make him throw that curveball for a strike before I swing at it. 2-1 pitch, curveball, and swings at it, kind of hangs it, and got under it a little bit. Center fielder drifts back underneath it. That thing was up there forever, so you can't help but think that maybe Guerrero just missed that one, just a little bit underneath it for the first out of the inning. The guy's like holding a lightning bolt in his hands up there at the plate. Like, he just kind of like flicked his wrist at that one, and that was one of those big league pop-ups. So one gone here, top of the 4th. Now we're going to rear back and throw it. I like that. Good pitch there from Matthew Thompson, the senior to be at East Lake, 6'6", 210 pounds himself. 0-1 count. There's our buddy, the photographer, down on the field. We'll give him some love. He's standing right there, man. That is dangerous. That is danger territory. He is right there behind the action. You got to respect that. You're almost forcing the parent to buy the picture at that point. Like, here's an off-speed pitch. And a good take there from number 6. Kamana Nahuhaku. Nahuhaku on his way to Tacoma by way of Auburn Mountain View High School. 2-1 count. Nahuhaku takes, and a good pitch there from Matthew Thompson. And the count goes even here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Thompson out of the windup. Metro South trying to get him into the stretch and foul it straight back. Does Nahuhaku. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable saying it. Kamana is outfielder, 5'10", 165 pounds. Like we said, already committed to Tacoma. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson out of the windup. The big fella takes a little bit off, pulls the string. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Big guy like that on the mound with a nice breaking pitch, you know, that falls off the table. Tough to deal with because you're seeing the size coming at you, and has the ability to take some off and pull the string is excellent to watch. I'm sure he'll have a decision to make here pretty soon on where he's going to school. Thompson misses there off the plate for ball number 1. Coming up to the dish now for Metro South, number 9, Ryan Contreras, 5'10", 180 pounds. 1-0 count. Thompson out of the windup. We're in the top of the 4th, no score. And fastball on the outside part of the plate. In there for strike number 1, so count evens up at 1 apiece. Taylor and Caleb, we're going on 13 and a half hours at the ballpark, baby. No better day you could have than that. Off speed and maybe misses up high. I think it covered the plate the whole way, but up and out of the zone. So count now 2-1 to Ryan Contreras, a third baseman. Big pitch here. Thompson out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Thompson looking to pitch a clean inning of relief here and hang another goose egg up for Metro East. Thompson out of the windup. And the pitch. Getting a piece of it is number 9, Ryan Contreras. Like we said earlier, just took it right out of the catcher's glove and kept her alive. Here's the 2-2. Down in the dirt for ball number 3, so the count will go full. Full count here in the top of the 4th. No score. 2 down. Metro East trying not to allow a base runner here in the top of the 4th. Thompson, big fella out of the windup. The pitch. Check swing foul. We'll do it again. Kind of first team to flinch here tonight. Feels like maybe on the outside looking in a hurry. Team's just locked in. And Thompson out of the windup to Contreras. Swing and a drive out to deep left field. No, off the end of the bat. I'm sorry. Read it wrong off the bat. Left fielder comes in and makes a play out there in shallow left field off the barrel. It looked like he got a piece of a big chunk of that, but wasn't the case as he F7 to end the inning. So Columbia Metro South goes in order in the top of the 4th. Metro East coming to the bat, coming to the plate, trying to get something going offensively and build a lead. We'll be right back after this here on Table Rock Sports.
Looks like these kids are hitting it way harder than they really are.
A parent, dad in the stands yelling at his kid, trying to coach him from the bleachers, and the embarrassment on the kid's face. It looked like he was about to cry while playing the game.
I think it's very embarrassing for a student athlete to see their parents being escorted out of the gym or off the playing field.
I'd be surprised if that kid comes back to the game.
And you risk a child enjoying the game, that you rob them of the fun. You have made a bad choice.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. No score here in the nightcap. Fifth game of the day at Harry and David Field, and what a day it's been. We've seen balls hit 400-plus feet. We've seen freight trains run around the bases. We've seen some great plays. Seen Medford's own Bennett Thompson have a nice double in the gap and then knock himself silly on a head-first slide into third. It's been a fun day of baseball. It really has, and all zeros here on the scoreboard tonight. A couple of hits for Metro South, but Metro East still looking for their first base knock as we move to the bottom of the fourth. New pitcher on the mound for Metro South. It's going to be Ian Kopf. We're going to go K-O-P-F, Kopf. We're going to say all letters in the last name. 6'5", 200, and we're just going to call him Moose. How about that? 6'5", 230 pounds, and he's from Onion Country, folks. Walla Walla, Washington. Man, Walla Walla sounds good with like a loaf of white bread and some mayonnaise right now. I'm going to tell you the truth, Taylor. That's me. That's me. And it's in there for strike number one. Count goes even. 1-1 here. And I believe this is 3-4-5 for that Metro lineup, which means Curry. Curry leading it off. Colin Curry. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. And Kopf working ahead now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curry hitting out of the 3-hole, started in center, then moved to right. We'll have a couple innings off, and it makes it to the 7th. We'll get the 7th in the left. Be Curry, Henderson, Villaflor. And there's an off-speed pitch, and Kopf pulls the string for strikeout number 1. Face one batter, come in, K him. No big deal for the big fella from Walla Walla, Ian Kopf. I'm imagining this is kind of what Drew Bledsoe looked like when he was 18 years old. Former franchise quarterback in the NFL. One of probably the most famous person from Walla Walla. Ian right back into the strike zone, working ahead. 0-1 here. Jackson Henderson from Glacier Peak, Washington. What was that? Foul ball? Summit, yeah. Drew Bledsoe coached at Summit, which is a brand new high school in Bend, and made himself a nice little home over there in Bend. Yeah. Bledsoe's at Washington State, his son? Yeah. Pete just got all the information on Drew Bledsoe. If you're famous, he knows all about you. If you're not famous, I don't got time for you. We're talking Pat Casey's right-hand man during all the College World Series that Oregon State won. Peach was out there delivering the lineup card at home plate. I'm telling you, we'll have him on here in the next couple of days. You guys will get a kick out of him. He's total class act, and we call him Mr. Medford. So, BG Gould, that's a little teaser for tomorrow. We're going to have some fun with that. And the good news is I don't have to pay him anything but free sodas. It's a heck of a deal. Full count here, 1 out. And that pitch from Kopf is going to miss off the inside part of the plate. And Henderson will reach first on a 1-out walk. Next up to the plate for Metro East is Gabe Villaflor. Villaflor, 5'11", 195-pounder, Bear Creek High School in Washington. Medford has a Bear Creek, a creek that runs all the way through it called Bear Creek. So maybe a little sign of good things to come here in Medford for Villaflor. Looks at that first pitch, and ball number 1. So ahead in the count. Runner on at first base. Outfield playing decently shallow in center. Lots of room in the gaps for Villaflor. Kopf with a nice pitch back into the strike zone. Evens the count up at 1 apiece. Metro East still looking for their first hit. Trying to get something going here offensively. Wake those bats up. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Villaflor. And Kopf, nice off-speed pitch. Able to work ahead now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two count. Here, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Nobody has scored yet. Still looking for our first score, and Metro East still looking for their first hit. Villaflor waves at that one. Strike 3. And 2 outs now here for Metro South and their defense. And good-looking inning so far from Mr. Kopf. Big country. All the way from Walla Walla, Washington. Gotta love it. First pitch is out of the zone up. And guy after Villaflor is Terry. We have guys with a lot of first name, last name, first letters starting. I think this is one of them too. Nope, Braden Terry from Newport High School in Washington, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Trying to find some 2-out thunder, and Metro East trying to get their first hit of the game. What a great job this Metro South staff has done so far. 2-0 count though, time to do it. Nice swing and a looping line drive into center field and a base hit. Moving over into left center, able to make the play and cut it off. But Metro East with their first hit of the ball game. And if you get one, usually they come in bunches. A runner now in scoring position for Metro East. And knocking on the door, trying to get one across for the boys in charcoal. Metro East. Joe Brett's messing with my... I'm kidding. Joe Brett he owns all this stuff, so he can do whatever he wants. No balls, no strikes, and a beautiful little off-speed pitch there from Kopf. And probably the biggest at-bat of the game to this point. And Popoff is the guy at the plate, at the dish, trying to get the job done. Kopf, though, working ahead. Now 0-1 here, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. That pitch is going to miss. Count will even here, 1 apiece. Runners at first and second. Popoff trying to find the ball, or trying to find a good pitch to put a good swing on. And that pitch is going to be in there, strike 2. And Kopf now way ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Trying to escape a couple base runners and get out of some trouble. Mr. Walla Walla on the mound. Comes set. Ian, ready to deliver. Fastball on the outside part, and not on the outside part, just outside of the outside part of the plate. So the count will go even. A good pitch, though, in a 1-2 count. One of those paralysis fastballs just off the plate outside. 2-2 here. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Popoff just got a piece of it. And we'll do it again. Kopf could probably do some damage on a loaf of bread and some Walla Wallas. Yeah. I want to go to his birthday party. Ian comes set. Runner at second. And there's a ball that's kind of popped up and behind. It looked like it was going to be in no man's land behind Kopf in front of the second baseman. But it's getting later and later, and we've been here longer and longer, so obviously my eyes aren't that good because that was like back to the screen. So good job, Boom. Way to lock it in, huh? And the biggest at bat of the game, and I'm talking about looping pop-ups. Jeez. Kopf comes set. The pride of Walla Walla, strike 3. And Ian Kopf comes in, his first inning of relief, able to get the job done, hang another goose egg up there, through 4 complete. Metro South, 0, and Metro East, 0. We're going to the 5th. What team can break this deadlock? We'll find out if it's Metro South when we come back here live on Table Rock Sports. No, I know, Walla Walla, if you blink, you miss it. No. Here we go, going to the top of the 5th. We got Big Country on the mound. Big Country on the mound. There's a drive deep down the left field line, but drifting foul. Wow. We got the barrel out there, huh, baby? Justin Stransky barreled that one up, just pulled it foul. He's also on his way to Lower Columbia. 0-1. Thompson says, hey, it's a long strike. Yeah, me and Beach did go on a trip to Vegas once. And I was 17, so. And Coach Palazzolo was there, and Coach Singler was there, and Randy Boyd was there, and Kyle Singler was there. So we had lots of fun. And EJ was there, so basically the whole Singler crew and Beach and Boom. 0-2 count, nobody out here, top of the 5th inning. And a fastball at the ankles, maybe a little bit low. So no strike 3. I was ready to ring them up, you know. Just because when you've been here for 14 hours, you're ready to ring everybody up. Nothing against you. Oh, man. Justin Stransky fouls that one up and out of play. We'll do it again. 1-2 count. Matthew Thompson did a great job in the last inning, his first inning in relief. And the starters did a great job. You think about Franklin getting out of it. You know, they're in the 3rd inning after the bases were loaded and nobody out, and maybe the best 3 hitters in this lineup coming to the plate and getting out of it. I mean, it's amazing that it's still 0-0 with that situation that happened. I mean, you're talking like 90% of the time you're going to get at least one, especially with that crew coming to the plate. They're going to put the ball in play, and so Franklin able to get out of that, and it's just kind of been like a fastball just outside off the plate. But there's been some real escape acts here today in this nightcap, and both teams playing excellent baseball and excellent defensive baseball. It's refreshing. Kind of a throwback. Swung on, down the line, fair ball. And Stransky got that, turns, looking to go for 2. And he'll make it standing up. Justin Stransky, with a good piece of hitting, kept that one fair inside the third baseline. And has a stand-up double to lead things off here for Metro South in the top of the 5th. Good piece of hitting with 2 strikes, too. Good quick hands, be able to beat that inside. Stransky headed to, guess where? Lower Columbia. They got it going up there. They know what's going on. First pitch swinging, fouled up and out of play. And that's Evan Williamson. Williamson, 5'11", 160 pounds from Kent Lake, Washington. Falls behind in the count. No balls, 1 strike. What team can get that initial run, can get that lead? Metro South here with a great opportunity with the leadoff double by Stransky. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Williamson a little out in front of that one. And Thompson here, it sure would be nice to get, this is a strikeout situation, runner at second and nobody out, really. I mean, the best case scenario for Metro East is to come away with the strike him out, pop him up. Deal. You don't want him to advance in third with less than 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. And that's a good piece of hitting by Williamson, able to ground out to second base for the first out, but a productive out, moving Stransky to third, advancing him here to third base, and now in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Any ball usually in play in this kind of situation will get him in. Let's see if Metro East goes ahead and brings their infield in. Eric Del Prado of Lewis and Clark College, the skipper for this Metro East team, and looks like he's going to leave that middle infield back. So purely kind of a strikeout situation here for Matthew Thompson. Up at the plate, number 10, Ryan Clay, 5'9", 175-pounder from Central Valley, and there's a first pitch. Breaking ball in, first strike number 1. So the first leg of 3 in a strikeout situation, reached, achieved. Got 2 more to go. Here's the 0-1 with 1 out. And that's a fastball painted on the outside part of the plate. What a great little sequence there. 1-2. Start with the breaking ball, down and away. Come back with a fastball, down and away. And both of them were right on the corner. 0-2, way ahead in a strikeout situation. Can Thompson get it? He'll come set. Now to the plate. Breaking ball, and I don't know where that missed. But I'm not right behind the plate, so not for me to say. So 1-2. Looks like it kind of froze Ryan Clay there. There's a fastball. Clay turns on it, and it's a fair ball. Down into the corner. Clay thinking extra bases. An RBI double, and Metro South is on the board on a Ryan Clay RBI double. Metro South will take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Man, it felt like that took like years to get the first run to score. Maybe just because there's been so many opportunities that haven't, gone the way of the offense in the last couple of games. So Willis Cresswell, now the Washington State commit, up at the dish. And that off-speed delivery is going to miss up high for Thompson. Mm-hmm. Drake Anderson, his teammates, also going to Washington State. And then Jacob Yang. Good point there by my camera guy, Taylor Franklin. 3 guys, it looks like, on that high school team, all headed D1 pastures. 2 of them, Washington State, and the other one, University of Portland. So look out for that group this spring. If everything goes as planned, in each state with high school sports. And I'm hoping it does, because nobody should have to miss out on their high school experience. That's just a sad, sad, sad deal. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Top of the 5th, Metro South on the scoreboard. That breaking ball is going to miss wide. And the count now runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. What time did this game start, folks? 7:30. Ooh, 7:20. So it's a 2-hour time limit. So at the most we have left is like 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Swung on and missed, and the count goes even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The big kid had a big hack at it, Willis Cresswell, 6 foot, 195-pounder, who's headed to the Palouse in Pullman to play for the Cougars of Washington State. I would think there'd be a lot of snow outs up there in Pullman. A lot of road games for the group from Washington State. You know, got to go to Hawaii, mix a little LA in there. Maybe go down to Texas, Arizona. Here's the 2-2, and off speed down in front. Catcher keeps it in front. Now the throw to third base, and going to get there is number 10, Ryan Clay, the man responsible for the one run on the board, the RBI double. Clay with a nice secondary jump there. Saw the ball in the dirt and took off for third, which now on this 3-2 pitch can put a lot of pressure on the catcher for Metro East. Got to keep the ball in front now. Can't just dump one on home plate without, having it in the back of your mind that a pass ball would make it 2-0. Thompson coming set. And that is strike 3. And that was a strikeout situation. Had a runner at third, only 1 out. And Thompson able to get that strikeout. He was 1 pitch away with Clay. In a 2-strike situation, Clay able to drive that down the right field line to get the RBI double. But, think about going back now, that 1 pitch, maybe too good in that 1-2 situation. And the pitch before could have been called strike 3 with that off-speed pitch. So shoulda, coulda, woulda. Now we got 2 outs. And coming up to the plate, is this 40-something? 41. Yeah, Kyle Hennington. Hennington, also from Fife, Washington, headed to Skagit Valley. And ahead in the count here, 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, I think I'm going to have to go home and probably get in the hot tub. I don't know. Yeah. Uh-oh. There's Bullet. He's got a baseball in his mouth. He's such a cutie. Yeah. Bullet's taken like 6 naps today. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch misses up. I asked the dog to trade me spots like 6 times today, but it's not because my life wasn't good. It was because their life was so good. Like, it looked so wonderful down there sleeping under the desk with the fan. 2-1 pitch, swung on, and bouncing ball, foul, down the first baseline. And the count goes even here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Metro South out of Washington has gotten 1 across. Trying to get 1 more here in the top of the 5th. Have reached 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. If anybody's watching on the East Coast, that 2-2 delivery is up and away, and the count runs full. Grandma. Skagit? My grandma just texted and said Skagit is Skagit. So, sorry. Full count. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Thompson gets out of it, only giving up 1. Metro South, however, feels really good about that one. Ryan Clay breaks the tie on a 2-strike RBI double down the right field line, and will take a 1-run lead going to the bottom of the 5th. Not much time left, maybe about 20 minutes or so in this time limit 2-hour game, either 7 innings or 2 hours, whichever comes first. So maybe, just maybe, this could be the last opportunity for Metro East when we come back. Don't go anywhere, here live on Table Rock Sports.
A parent, dad in the stands yelling at his kid, trying to coach him from the bleachers, and the embarrassment on the kid's face. It looked like he was about to cry while playing the game.
I think it's very embarrassing for a student athlete to see their parents being escorted out of the gym or off the playing field.
I'd be surprised if that kid comes back to the game.
And you risk a child enjoying the game, that you rob them of the fun. You have made a bad choice.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road. to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Going to the bottom of the fifth, Metro South able to scratch one across there in the top of the fifth. Time for Metro East to answer. They got Walla Walla, though, on the mound. Ian Kopf did a great job in relief last inning. The pride of Walla Walla ahead in the count. That pitch just misses. Down low, maybe. So I believe it's a 1-1 count now. Don't quote me on that. Up at the dish, I believe it's Ferrari. Man whose duty for the last 3 innings is to keep that pitching rotation for Metro East in order. Behind the plate, in the squat, putting down the signs. That pitch misses inside, so it's either 3-0 or 3-1. And if you're Kopf, the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Shutdown inning here. If you're Ian, like to get that shutdown inning and preserve that 1-run lead. That ball is popped up on the infield. Good communication there from this Metro South team, and we've seen a couple of those today play some tricks on a couple of teams. Maybe not on the infield grass like that, but kind of in that tweener area between the middle infielders and left field and center. So cost a couple teams a couple runs today. So good communication there from the kids from Metro South, and 1 up, 1 down here to start the bottom of the fifth. Coming to the dish now is the other catcher. So we'll go catcher. This is Ray, isn't it? We got a number, guys? Can you see that number? I can't see the black number with the charcoal. We got to tell Josh that number 1. Just next year that maybe we'd do white numbers with the charcoal. Swung on, fouled, rolled over down the third baseline. This is number 1, guys?
Yeah, it's number 1.
Okay. So Jack Ray. Jack Ray was the guy responsible for catching the first four innings of goose eggs for this Metro East team, and helped his pitching staff kind of pull through. So did a great job, which I think gets overlooked a lot, as a guy kind of running the rotation on the field behind the plate. So he spits on that pitch, low and away, and the count runs now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Kopf working out of the windup. Big pitch here. Fastball fouled back out over the plate, and the count runs even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're Ray, you got to find a way to battle anything close and try to find your way to first base. Kopf, though, an imposing presence out there on the mound at 6'5", 230 pounds. Kids, if you want to get big, eat Walla Walla onions. This kid is, I'm telling you. Pitch on the way, and Ray with the battle up there fights it off, and we'll live to see another pitch. I hope that we're saying his last name right, too, but we'll call him Walla Walla Ian. I hope his parents are not taking offense to this at all. This is playful banter. We like to have fun here. So Ian obviously is a whale of a kid to even be in this position as a high school athlete. Here's the 2-2, rolled over to third base. Backhand play there, throw on target. 2 up, 2 down for Metro East, and this Metro South defense looking sharp here and getting stronger as the game goes on in the bottom of the fifth. That wasn't an easy play. It wasn't like a super difficult play, but it wasn't easy. He made it look really easy. Yeah. That's about as long as it gets, right? So that's number 9, and that's Ryan Contreras, who scored. Didn't he score the only run so far in the game? Yeah, hit the double. And Ryan Contreras, have a night, kiddo. So 2 outs here, and an 0-1 count at the dish. is Doi for Metro East. Able to take that pitch low and away for ball number 1, so the count evened up at 1. 2 outs, nobody on. Kopf looking for that shutdown inning. After you score, always nice to put a goose egg up on the board. Now way ahead, 1-2. He paints that fastball on the black of the outside part of the plate. Well, obviously it's on the outside part of the plate. I mean, there's no black on the inside. That's white, Boomer. 1-2 is the count. Stick to calling the game. And Doi kind of doinks one down the first baseline where they hit it where they ain't kind of thing. And I thought it might have just sliced inside the bag there, but it went foul. So count will remain at 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. And it'll be interesting to see what happens because this will complete 5. Do they start the 6th, and do they continue to play it past the 2-hour time limit? There's kind of a cue shot. Second baseman does a good job of tracking it down and able to get him by a half of a step. Doi was hustling down the line, and a good job there by number 2, Evan Williamson from Kent Lake, kind of sticking with that one as it kind of zigzagged his way out to the second baseman. Came up and fired a strike over to first base. 3 up, 3 down. They're in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see what the umpires say. Metro East is taking the field. We got 1 more inning of ball. I think that if you start the top of the 6th, shouldn't you finish it all the way through the bottom of the 6th? Guys, I need like a quick poll. Yes? That's not on. It's not. Hey, that's above my pay grade. I'll tell you that. Right? So we're going to head to the top of the 6th. We'll take 1 more break. When we come back, Metro South, we'll try to find an insurance run or 2 here in the top of the 6th. Don't go anywhere here live on Table Rock Sports.
I was talking to Bill.
Yeah?
Bill and Sherry got a guy.
They do? How did they get a guy?
Everything happened online, including financing. And their guy even delivered their new car to their home.
Maybe we should get a guy.
I thought you might say that.
Honey, meet Kyle.
Find your guy during the Ram Power Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
Introducing Unlimited with Payback, only from US Cellular. The only unlimited plan that pays you back for data you don't use. So, quit flushing money down the toilet with Verizon. Get Unlimited with Payback, and you can save up to $240 per year on a single line versus Verizon.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point,
Welcome back as we head to the top of the 6th. Metro South up at the dish. Trying to add maybe 1, 2, or as many as they can at the plate. I think it's top of the order here for Metro South. If I can just find the lineup card. There it is. And it is Drake Anderson. 1, 2, 3 here for Metro South. Anderson behind 0-1. Here in the top of the 6th. Bear with me, I'm on video and the live board. 1-1 count on Drake Anderson. Pitches on the way. Anderson with a big swing, fouled back up and out of play. And the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, man. There you go, Kay. Attaboy. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Drake Anderson, the leadoff man, up at the plate. There's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Strike 3. Caught Anderson looking. And Metro East will throw it around. 1 up, 1 down. And the strikeout there for Michael Thompson? Mitchell Thompson? What are we talking? What Thompson? How about we just go Mr. Thompson? I'm trying to remember names. Oh, man, that's not there. The big fella Thompson. Michael Thompson, maybe? Is that the guy that played for the Lakers? Here's first pitch swinging. High to the left. Real high. Put a stopwatch on that one. Just under it was Jacob Yang. And, man, if these guys barreled a couple balls up they'll probably go for a little bit. The boys from Washington Metro South, country strong, just underneath it a little bit. Launch angle not on cue today. I think it has a little bit to do with Metro East's ability to pitch the ball and play defense. First pitch off speed, and taking that is Alec Highland. So 2 outs here, top of the 6th. Metro East trying to give themselves a shot in the bottom of the 6th to either tie it up or walk it off. Out of the windup, Thompson, little curveball, and flops that one in there for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Highland with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Trying to give his boy A.J. Guerrero an opportunity to swing the bat here in the top of the 6th. Count falls, or goes to 2 balls and 1 strike, I believe. Could be 1-1. The delivery from Thompson is a fastball that's a little bit above the belt, so either up or out. And I got the count at 3-1. I could be wrong, but I mean, we've seen a lot of batters today. 3-1. Said a hello. Boom, got one right. Every dog has their day. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Highland. 3-hole hitter for Metro South. The pitch, and it's a good one. Didn't give in, didn't tee him one up, and the count will go full here with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 6th. Be big if they could get him to go and wouldn't have to face AJ, who's on deck, waiting to put a charge into one and maybe take some of that momentum into that dugout and use it to their offensive and put it to their offensive abilities to get something going. Good job there by Highland as he fights off that off-speed pitch, and we'll do it again here. Full count, Metro South. Lone run came on a Ryan Clay double with 2 strikes down the right field line that scored. Who was it? Ryan Contreras. What is Ryan Contreras? Ryan Contreras with the lone run of the game on the Ryan Clay double down the right field line, right? Yep. Okay. Here's the pitch. And off the fists. Good job by Highland to stay alive. We'll do it again. We're going on 9-16, so this has got to be the last inning, I believe. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, or excuse me, 3 and 2. That fastball is going to miss upstairs, and that is ball 4, so Highland walks. And all of you at home that wanted to see Mr. Guerrero hit again, here's your chance. Because this guy just missed one the last time up. He hit such a high fly ball to center field. He was touching second as the center fielder was making the catch. Incredible, really, to think about. And it wasn't that deep, so makes you think if he backspins one, like catches it flush, I mean, he could hit it to, like, Portland, like, at least Salem. And there's a first pitch, off-speed pitch. He might have been guessing that off-speed pitch because last time he was up, Thompson started him with the same thing. But still was out of the zone, so. A.J. Guerrero in a 1-0 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Looking for something to drive. Thompson out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's that one he wants to drive. Deep left center field, and you're not going to get it. Highland booking around third. He will score. Guerrero charging to third, and it's an RBI triple for Mr. A.J. Guerrero. And if you wanted to see it at home, you just saw it. That thing didn't get about 15 feet off the ground. That was an absolute rocket shot by the youngster who's headed to, where's he going? University of Washington. And for good reason. That was impressive. Don't want to say I called it, but I flippin' called that one, huh? That was a shot. I said, hello. How do you get him on your team, Dave? Better go introduce yourself. Owner, general manager of the Medford Rogues, the the team here in Medford that has all those collegiate players that come back and play, kind of like like the Cape Cod League, but obviously not maybe as good as that, but it's a darn good league. I mean, competitive, really good players, and they've done a great job here in Medford. That's a guy you want to go introduce yourself to and go buy a Slurpee or something. I mean, that's a guy you can build a team around. And if you have like a fantasy league in your league, that's another guy you could have on your team too. I mean, my goodness. Stat stuffer. Here's the 1-1. That off-speed pitch is in there. Strike 2. AJ Guerrero, the center fielder got a good jump. He was playing deep. And he still was 15 feet away from it when that thing landed. Usain Bolt wasn't going to get that thing. Caleb Franklin wasn't going to get that thing. 1-2 pitch. And there's a base hit through the hole. Metro South found those two insurance runs. And a good piece of hitting there with 2 strikes for Justin Stansley. And this lineup is starting to get going. I mean, you've seen these guys put at-bats together kind of in pieces throughout the night. And now kind of starting to gel. And this is a team that, out of all 10 teams that I saw play today, there's 4, 5, 6 guys that handle the bat really well up there. And it could be a tough team to have to face come Monday. We're at first, 2 outs, and there's a curveball that misses up. Yeah, seven Division I commits on this team. The Washington Metro South, the Columbia Blue. Kind of reminds me of Little League World Series. The best Little League team usually always gets the Columbia Blue jerseys. Not the weird orange jerseys. That's the team from New England. Up there in the Northeast. If you're from California or Arizona, you're getting the baby blues. And guys like Luke Ramirez, Hawaii. Yeah. So that foul ball goes makes it 2-1, but I'm not saying that Williamsport has it rigged, but it's weird. All the teams that play in the U.S. Championship are wearing there's black jerseys and Columbia Blue. Kids are looking sharp. And Delaware, what? I mean, the only time they got it wrong was in 1989. Chris Jury in Trumbull, Connecticut, and they shocked the world. I have that still on tape. So Chris Jury ended up being a professional hockey player, but beat Chinese Taipei in the 1989 World Series, which was crazy. Nobody beat Chinese Taipei. Nobody beat Korea. Nobody beat anybody like that, except for Chris Jury in Trumbull, Connecticut, man. He was tough. 3-1 pitch on the way in. Thompson finds the strike zone. Count will run even here. Full count with 2 outs. Look it up if you guys don't believe me. Chris Jury had a long, storied career in the NHL. And he went out and beat Chinese Taipei in the Little League World Series in front of 50,000. And that pitch is going to be outside off the plate. And will the runner who was on the move continue to third? He will. So now Metro South will have runners at the corners, first and third with 2 outs. And coming to the plate is, I think our guy. I think this is our guy, Ryan Contreras. Is it number 9? I don't know where the rooster went. We have so many rosters on the floor. Probably just won't have to pick it up till tomorrow. I just lost my hat. I'm in a zoo right now. I think this is Ryan Contreras. 9? Metro South. Yeah, it's a lot. He hasn't decided yet, has he? Undecided, and it's had a big game today for Metro South, trying to add to their 3-0 lead. First pitch swinging, pop it up. Catcher didn't really see it, but it looks to be up and out of play. Hopefully not on my truck, because that would be bad by the end of the day to get one now off the truck. No balls, 1 strike. Thompson trying to work his way out and limit the damage. Contreras trying to open it up here. Thompson comes set, delivers to the plate, and that's a fastball over the inside part. First strike 2, and Thompson way ahead. Look for maybe Metro South to be aggressive here on the bases, try to steal one, maybe down 0-2 in the count. Maybe try to steal one here, getting crafty on the bases. Thompson comes set. Runner does not go. That ball's in the dirt. And that's kind of the reason I might send them. They're going to waste one in the dirt. I mean, it's a good time to take that force away and get down to second, but I don't get paid the big bucks for that. I'm here in Medford, Oregon, calling, no place I'd rather be, Taylor. 1-2 pitch. There is a stolen base, a huge jump at first. Thompson didn't even check on him. And yeah, the teams are responsible for the foul balls here, yeah. Now, if Coach Maccabee, the old Black Tornado and Mustang coach, the legend, he used to give out like quarters or snow cones for foul balls for kids to go chase him down. And legendary for that. Coach Maccabee, if you're listening, we love you. 1-2 pitch in the delivery, in the dirt. Good play there by the catcher to keep it in front and save a run. That was Ferrari. So his second inning of work behind the dish. A great block there. And if they get out of it here, it'll be 3-0 instead of 4-0. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hammered down the third baseline, but foul. We've seen that already today. In the first game, we had a guy on second base with 2 outs and a line drive. It wasn't that hard of a hit line drive. It just kind of crossed up the base runner at second. Like he couldn't get out of the way. It was like a magnet kind of thing, and it just hit him right in the middle of the back. Like it wasn't even close. It didn't catch like the sleeve of his arm or, the shirt was baggy, so it didn't catch that. No, just like dead square in the middle of the back. So not something that you see often. But we saw it. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball. Thompson gets out of it as he freezes Contreras. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. 3 to keep going. 4 to go home for Metro East when we come back here live on Table Rock Sports. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Had a good laugh with the man on the video, the camera, Taylor Franklin and Caleb Franklin behind me. We're ready for exit stage left, but not without a little fight, maybe from Metro East here. Got to get them on, got to get them over, got to get them in. Down 3-0. Only 1 hit to show for their 5 innings of offensive output tonight. So one word that comes to mind is do. That's swung on and foul tip. Is that a 1-1 count? I believe so. So it all starts with, wait for it, we'll fill it in after this guy takes a couple of rips. Pitch is on the way. Ian Kopf Ole Miss down low. It almost looks like he's throwing like a splitter out there. Like it's just falling off the table. And he's big enough. His fingers are probably long enough to throw that splitter and get that downward action on it. 2-1 is the count. Kopf delivering. There's one through the hole on the right side. Kopf over to cover. And the ball's thrown away. Metro East. Well, now we're going to second. And that song's playing from the circus. No, it isn't. But Metro East, what an awesome thing. They have a leadoff runner on and no force to deal with as he advances to second on the errant throw. And, it all started with a ground ball in the hole is what I was saying. We'll fill it in after this at bat. And there it is. He delivers and able to reach. And that was Whitman, Carson Whitman. Is it Carson? Gotta get it now. Blake Whitman, sorry. I'm sorry, Blake. Blake, make it to third now, huh? We're just gonna let him go. Okay. They'll probably concede this run here. So 1 ball and no strikes to Karzinski. The youngster. Kazmarski, sorry. I got the consonants like backed up there. It has nothing to do with my dyslexia. No. So Spencer Kazmarski just trying to get on himself here, trying to reach any way he can. And probably going to make him throw you a strike. Make him work for it a little bit. So 1-0 count here. Kazmarski. What is that 2-0 now, Caleb? Yeah, 2 balls and no strikes. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't be up there hacking away. What could be a walk. Pitch swung on, fouled, and if you get a good hack on a good pitch, so it's tough as a coach to say like, oh, just go up there and put the bat on your shoulder, and we're gonna get back into it. Hasn't worked so far, so probably the best pitch you're gonna see there is that 2-0 juiced fastball. Kopf out of the stretch, and Kaz does a nice job of fouling that one off. It was a good pitch by Kopf in the 2-1 situation there. It's a big swing pitch. It goes either 3-1 or 2-2, and Kopf made a nice pitch, answered the bell, and now has a 2-2 count against Spencer Kazmarski. There's an off-speed pitch inside, just misses, and the count will run full. Huge at bat here, top of the lineup coming up. And O'Connor, Johnson, and Curry after this. Can Kaz turn it over in good shape? There's the pitch. Fouled up and out of play. We'll do it again. I'll tell you what, this Metro East team maybe not as deep or doesn't have the Division I talent across the board. I don't think anybody really does to the Metro South's extent. But I'll tell you one thing they are is gritty. They're tough. They compete their butt off. And, Eric Del Prado, the head coach and a coach on the Lewis and Clark staff, got to be proud of his guys for hanging in there and just really battling. And here they are, bottom of the 16th, have a chance to maybe shock the world, pull off an upset. 3-2, Kaz, foul tip, and we'll do it again. The battle continues. They will not go quiet in the night. Spencer says, I want some more, I want some more, I want some more. Name the movie. Remember the Titans. How strong are you, Mr. Campbell? Too strong. If Seth and Cy were still awake, they better be asleep. They'd be going, too strong. Here's a full count pitch. Kaz spoils it again, and we'll do it one more time. And all of a sudden, he reaches here. You turn the lineup over with your bottom 2 guys in the lineup reaching. You bring the tie and run to the plate with your leadoff man, and you go 1, 2, 3 in the lineup, and all of a sudden, boop, base hit, base hit, base hit. It's not out of the question. It's not like Metro East is that far out of it. Playing for a lot right now. Full count, the pitch. Kaz, kind of a little fish shot to the right side. No man's land, Kopf over, and drops it. Kaz is going to be safe at first, run in for Metro East, and they cut into that 3-run deficit, now only trail by 2, and the tying run is going to come to the plate for Metro East here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Who's here, Taylor? Who's just came and upset the dogs? So the bottom two guys in the lineup, back-to-back hits. 3-1 here. Last chance for Metro East. Top of the lineup. Flip it over. O'Connor now at the plate. He spits on that first fastball, low and away for ball number 1. And this is a huge at bat here because all of a sudden O'Connor reaches, and here comes the go-ahead run. The winning run will come to the plate. And Kopf now falls behind 2-0 here to the leadoff man for this Metro East team. They just kind of stuck around all night, hanging around. Now they got their opportunity. Can they make the most of it? 2-0 pitch is in there. Kopf barrels down, or buckles down, and able to find the strike zone there with the fastball on the outside part of the plate. One pitch. Out of the stretch comes Kopf. And that's going to be a fastball on the inside part of the plate. So a nice 2-pitch sequence right there comes back. Evens the count up at 2-2. O'Connor now got to do everything he can. Put the ball in play and stay alive. Keep the line moving. Kopf comes set. There's a curveball and a tapper foul down the third baseline. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Leadoff man at the plate, O'Connor, represents the tying run. There's an off-speed pitch, and Kopf got him. Pulls the string, and able to record the first out of the inning as Metro South needed it in the worst way to get that first out, able to do so with the strikeout of O'Connor. That'll bring up Johnson, Jared Johnson, the man headed to the Ivy League in Brown University in the fall of 2021. Had a couple good at-bats tonight, Jared has. He looks at that first pitch low and away for ball number 1. It's gotten late early here, folks. Oh, man. Where's the chief when you need him? With one of his one-liners right now. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Dandy down. 1 ball and no strikes here to Jared Johnson, the man headed to Brown University in the Ivy League. And he looks at ball 2 there. And way ahead now, 2-0. Still, any way he can get on, any way he can get over, any way he can get in. Metro East will take it. 2-0 count. Kopf working out of the stretch. There's the pitch. Turned on down the first baseline, just foul. Man, I must be getting old because I thought that was a fair ball, like off the bat. I'm having a tough time picking the ball up. I'm going to blame it on the dark, that it's dark outside. And you know, that I've been up for 15 hours straight, or here for 15 hours straight. I got lots of excuses. I can do the excuse game all day. 2-1 here to Brown, 1 out, and a beautiful off-speed pitch. Snap throw down to first. Back in time is Kaz, but that count goes even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another huge 2-pitch sequence after falling behind 2-0 for Kopf, and evens the count up at 2-2. Now Johnson's turn to put on the battle hat. Staying alive up there at the plate. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. And throw him out. I thought so. Everybody thought so up here in the booth. Maybe because it just was our ticket home. I don't know. Oh, trust me, nobody wanted to be safe more than Kaz, because you don't make the third out at second when you're down by 2. That's kind of a no-no. And almost had that happen to him. It wouldn't have surprised me, let's put it this way, if that second base ump just banged him right there. Boom. So we're going home. But now 2 outs, 3-hole hitter coming up for this Metro East team. And that is Mr. Curry, Colin Curry. 6'1", 175 pounds. has committed to Seattle, and they've got a couple guys, man. Seattle's got a couple guys here that can flat out play the game. Kopp, back-to-back pitches, nice 2-pitch sequence now to start the at-bat. Way ahead here, 0-2 with 2 outs. Metro South with a 3-1 lead, and this would do it because of time limit restriction. If they could record this third and final out. There's a base hit through the hole, and Metro East is going to stay alive. They're going to send the runner. There's going to be a play at the plate, and that will do it. Kazmarski is gunned down by the right fielder from Metro South, and gosh, that's surprising that you don't want to make the third out at home unless it's like 3-2, right, Beach? So, I mean, that's kind of station to station there, so I have a tough time with that one. But you know what? It's a third out. It was a well-played game, and unfortunately, Kazmarski lived by the 3, died by the 3. Made it safely on that stolen base attempt, and unfortunately couldn't do it on that throw home. So we have the assist 9-2 to end our 5-game back-to-back. The 5 games in a row. We were here since 7. It's been real. Thank you guys for joining us at home here on Table Rock Sports. I know it's been awesome for me just to get out of the house, be around some kids again, and call some sports. Special time. It's been like 7 months. So thanks for coming and joining and spending some of your Friday with us at Table Rock Sports. Here watching the Northwest Championships by Baseball Northwest. And for Taylor Franklin and Caleb Franklin, for our executive producer back at home, Joe Brett, I am Boomer Marshall saying good night and God bless. We can't wait to see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. right here, Table Rock Sports. Come join us again. We got 3 more days of this jazz. It's all kinds of fun, and we'd love to share it with you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.
The balance of the weekend. Thank you again, and travel safe.